Peace, my beautiful souls. Welcome back to Soul Sessions. This is my official 38-week update with you guys. I'm in my bathroom because I just want to show off my tummy to you guys. And I just finished doing my makeup. Yes, I did my makeup for this video. I am really enjoying just kind of taking care of myself and pampering myself. I don't know how it's going to be when baby gets here, so I'm taking full advantage of being in the moment, feeling good, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the effort. Each day that passes, I literally don't think that I could get any bigger, and here my belly goes, getting bigger. Compared to the last pregnancy update I made, I think it was 35 weeks or 36 weeks update. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it in my description. So compared to then, it's crazy how quick things have changed. I'm feeling a lot more things now. I never made an official gender reveal with you guys, but I basically let it out that it is gonna be a boy. We haven't made an official gender reveal. It's not something we really we're thinking about, but yes, it is a boy. He's due April 4th. Let's sit down and have a chat with you guys and catch up on everything and get into the raw emotions of this pregnancy. I am set up in my office. I have a new area right in front of our window. I'm gonna show you everything in a different video where I show you a tour, an official tour of our new apartment. So really quick, if you're new to my channel, you have not seen our official moving out empty apartment tour video vlog. I'll leave that in the description. We just moved out of our old apartment. We're in our new one, and that's what I'm going to talk about a little bit in this video. Also, I apologize if you hear a bunch of stuff outside because we are literally on top of the shopping center, so I can look right outside and see the shops we have, and I'm right in front of this beautiful natural lighting. But I officially have a section for my herbs and my inventory for my shop. If you haven't checked out my shop on Instagram, you should do that right now. My Instagram is here, and go check out my shop. Yeah, I do thrifting, reselling for home decor items. Anyway, you guys have seen what I'm looking like right now. I'm getting bigger every day. Literally, baby's due any day now. If he wanted to, he can come any day. But again, we have about a week. We've been receiving so many gifts, so much support through our registry. I've reached out to people on Facebook. We have just been flooded with love and support during this pregnancy. And I want to give a huge shout out to everybody that supported us in any way. I'm so thankful. That was one of my big concerns and stresses in the beginning of pregnancy, was all the stuff in my mind that we didn't have and all the things that we needed, and financially how we're going to get all that stuff. I highly recommend a registry for anybody that's pregnant, because if it wasn't for our registry, we wouldn't have basically all the things that we have now. Let me just get into how I'm feeling right now compared to my last update video I shared with you guys. So I'm 38 weeks. The main differences I'm seeing is I'm getting bigger every day, I feel like. It's actually a lot harder for me to do the small things. It takes a lot of effort for me to walk up and down steps, to turn over on my other side in bed, to get up out of bed. It's really hard. So I'm seeing officially the struggle of pregnancy now that I'm further along. My stomach is getting tighter. I feel more uncomfortable. My hands still feel sore. Every morning I wake up, my hands feel so sore. So that's a thing during pregnancy. What else? Weirdly enough, my whole pregnancy, I've not dealt with anything drastic. I haven't dealt with feeling sick, nauseous, but now, and answer me in the comments when you guys see this video, anybody that's been pregnant, if you've dealt with this too. I'm assuming it's because I'm further along. I'm assuming it's because I'm 38 weeks and baby boy is preparing to come. But I'm getting nauseous and I'm getting headaches at nighttime. It's weird. It happens at night every night. Like, I won't be hungry. I'll just feel like I'm so famished and so hungry, but my stomach hurts like I ate something bad. But like, I feel like I need to eat because I feel nauseous. It's a really weird thing. I'm still in full nesting mode. We have gotten our place together so quickly since we moved in on the 16th. It is now, what is it, the 27th today, I believe. Today is Saturday, and I'm putting this video out Sunday. I literally lost my train of thought. So yes, we moved in the 16th, and we are, honestly, it feels like officially moved in. Our things are unpacked. We have been going crazy since we moved in because we wanted our space to be filled and set up the way we wanted to. I have been nonstop wanting to organize things and officially set up and get the place ready for baby to come. So I've been in full nesting mode since I got here. I was in nesting mode in our old apartment, but because I knew we were moving, it was really hard for me to do anything. And that was something I struggled with, wanting to set up, wanting things to be prepared for a baby. It was stressing me out a lot. I got real emotional over those things because it took over my head. Like, I can't do all the things I want to do, or things aren't the way that I want them to be right now, because we were in huge transition. Long story short, now that we're officially here, I feel so much better. I feel like there's so much weight taken off of me and my mind. And today we officially packed the diaper bag, the hospital bag. Even though we're not going to be in a hospital, we packed our to-go bag. We started packing his outfits, diapers, blankets, our outfits, all the things. And we started getting that together today. I washed all the baby clothes. I know this is all over the place, but it's just like me catching up with you guys, really, just a little chat. So forgive me for that. I'm gonna insert a clip, and it's the clip I recorded previously. I told you guys I was gonna share with you. And the clip is me in the moment of my being overwhelmed, being very emotional and all in my feels. I didn't know if I was gonna upload it to my channel, but I am, because it's me being very open with you guys, and I really enjoy doing that on my channel because I find that it helps other people when they're going through their own things, and I don't want anybody to feel like they're alone ever. This clip that I'm about to show you guys is me just being super open and vulnerable, real feelings that I was dealing with, and just me talking during that moment. So I'm going to insert that here right now, which is such good news. My husband and I are moving into a new apartment. So today is March 10th. We are moving into a new apartment March 16th. The baby's due April 4th. I just want a place to settle into, to bring the baby into. And that's been an overwhelming process because you want to have, like, in your mind, you think that you're gonna have like this whole area set up and things, you're slowly nesting and slowly preparing. For any mothers watching this out there, you get it. Like, you get to a point where you just want things to be in order. You want to set up, you want to feel like your space is coming together to bring baby home. Basically pack up our current apartment, move into a whole new one, and soon after the baby's coming, I just feel like back to back to back, there's been things we had to focus on and worry about just in general to get in order for our own lives. And I haven't had a chance to fully like enjoy this moment that has passed so quickly. And it just sucks. Like, that's what affects me the most, is not feeling the way that I imagined this pregnancy for me would feel, because there's so many other things that we have to take care of. And my biggest thing this whole time is like, I just want to be taken care of. All our family is back on the East Coast, and we have support and we have people around us that are willing to be there for us. But you know, it's different when physically people can't be around you. And I just feel like a baby saying this, but this whole time I just been wanting to be taken care of. And me and my husband have been very overwhelmed with things, just so many things, that those things were our focus. We have to take care of these things no matter what. But I just felt kind of alone in a lot of situations because my emotions and my mental, I have to deal with, as far as like all these feelings I'm sharing with you. At the same time, he's taking on so many things mentally. He's worried about so many things, and he's also trying to be there for me in so many ways. And it's just like, it's a constant like cycle of, you know, we got things to take care of. We didn't have time to like really enjoy this together, to be honest with you. I think that that's the thing that's been overwhelming me the most. The reality is, pregnancy doesn't always go the way that you imagine. And I know people have it worse than us. I know there's people that go through this too. And it's like, nobody's prepared. You go through emotions. It's a natural thing. You're always going to have things to take care of, even when the baby's here, even when we're settled into our new place. And I'm saying this and I'm getting emotional, but I'm very grateful for all the things that we're manifesting. Like, getting into a new place, getting new jobs, starting businesses for ourselves. It's been good, but with that has brought so many things, so many tasks, so many obstacles, so many challenges in the midst of me trying to enjoy what's going on, but not able to process what's going on because everything's happening so fast. And I mean it, like, when I say this, like, I'm really not ready for a baby. I haven't had the chance to process this. It hasn't felt real this whole time. And in the midst of that, I just got to keep going and handling these things. And it's overwhelming. It's just a lot. It's a lot. And I feel like before we know it, the baby will be here. And it's just constant things. And it's going to be constant things to worry about even when the baby comes. So I haven't had a moment, or I haven't had the chance this whole pregnancy to be like fully taken care of, like I really would want to, in the sense where like all the little things, you know, women want, as far as like when they're pregnant, they want to be catered to by their family, taken care of. In my mind, I don't think that I would want to be so worried with all these things happening so quickly, preparing for the baby to come, and then baby's here. It just seems like a lot. It seems like this is not how I imagine it to go, but just maybe this is reality. You know, it's not always such a joyous moment. I think for a lot of women, I know it's a moment that doesn't feel real to a lot of women, and a lot of things overwhelm them because there's just a lot of concern for how it's going to work out, how they're going to get things done. Thinking about other people is a thing that women do often, and I'm thinking about so many things outside of myself too, like my husband, my family, trying to maintain my mental through all this, at the same time get things in order for myself. And it's just, yeah, I'm literally about to give birth in a few weeks, and to see everything how it is, to see how much we have left to do, to know that my husband's stressed out too, doesn't make me feel good. I don't feel good knowing that we both haven't been able to enjoy this the way that I imagine it would be. So it's just hard for me to see all these things and not feel overwhelmed. You know, we take one step and we got to prove for this new place. I have a new job coming my way. Even with all the steps we're taking, there's other things just coming our way that are like more challenges as we transition into this, a lot of newness. And I know with
manifestation and transition, that means a lot of new things and challenges will come your way because you're breaking through and going into something bigger and better for yourself. But the reality is you're still going to get overwhelmed, you're still going to get emotional, it's still going to be stressful even though good things are happening. I want to normalize talking about our emotions with each other, talking about the things that really affect us, talking about things, because a lot of people hold things in and feel like they're alone, and we're not alone. We're not alone. You'd realize how common it is for people to go through the same things you're going through. I know I'm not alone, but I just really wanted to release those real emotions of what has really been affecting me. But it just feels like a lot right now. It feels like a purge, and it feels really intense. And the reality keeps hitting me that I'm about to give birth to a human being.
And I can really share everything now that I'm able to talk about it. So let's get right into that. Okay, so just a brief overview if you're new to this channel, this is the first time you're seeing me. Our pregnancy wasn't necessarily planned, and it wasn't something we could fully process or enjoy in the very beginning because it was a huge shock to us, and we were in a gray area in our marriage. So we had to really think about what this is bringing us, what is happening, what we're gonna do. So there was an immediate wave of life choices and discussions we had to have with each other, and it was just a lot all at once for us, right? So fast forward to I'm pregnant, I'm going through pregnancy. There's so many things that affected me because it was new to me. I had to deal with these feelings and emotions, and all of it was just new for both of us. There was a lot of times where I felt alone in my feelings, and the things that I felt was important or I was worried about, I felt like I was alone in that only because there was so much that was overwhelming me, and we both had so much new information we had to take on that it kind of was stressing us both out in different ways. For other mothers out there, or if you're pregnant now, I think you can agree that there's a lot of things that as women we take on that men just don't necessarily always think about firsthand, or they don't have to worry about because they're not physically dealing with the things we're dealing with. For example, the little things from setting up appointments, all the information you're receiving and what you have to do as a woman carrying a child, all those little things as a woman, from my experience, I took on. I'm taking all this on and I'm relaying this information to my partner, which again, this is all new for both of us, but I'm playing messenger. And I initially felt like the support wasn't there because it wasn't him diving in and taking care of these things. And I had to step back, and now I'm able to communicate this. I had to step back and remember he doesn't know just as much as I don't know. And as his partner, it's my job to communicate what I'm learning just as much as he needs to communicate his needs and his learning and all these things. So it was really overwhelming for me, majority of my pregnancy, to take on all this new information, to handle all these things. And I felt like I was the one handling all the little things that I feel like should be important to him, which was, but my feelings were like, they're not as important to him because I'm the one doing this stuff. But there's, stepping outside of it, there's so many ways that he is my support system, is my helpmate, but it's up to me to clearly communicate things that he may not know about. So I was overwhelmed and constantly stressing about the little things. They really affected me. A big part of what affected me is not having the care and the pampering that I expected to have, or I really did want to have. I wish that I had women around me, my mothers, my sisters, all around me to feed me, to pamper me, to have me sit down and do nothing. And you guys have to remember, if you don't know, it's just me and my husband here in Texas. All our family's back home on the East Coast. So we're both on the ground doing the footwork all alone in this together. And it affected me because I guess I was just like, there's certain things I don't want to do. I don't want to have to think about. And I wanted to be cared for. And I was cared for in ways by my husband, by my friends here. Even from back home, people are supporting us and caring for us in ways. But what I really wanted was the physical connection, the way that women take care of pregnant women when they're pregnant. I didn't really have that here. And that's only because the women in my family, our family, weren't physically here. And if they were, I would get that taken care of that I was craving so bad. Because it wasn't until we moved into this brand new apartment that I was able to really slow down and enjoy and have some happiness in all of this, because I think we were so stressed out of everything. And on top of that, trying to find a new place to live. Our lease is up. The snowstorm happened here in Austin, Texas, or just in Texas in general. That huge snowstorm that happened. In the midst of that, we're trying to figure out apartment hunting, how we're going to get into an apartment. Are we going to get approved for an apartment? We wanted to get out of our old apartment so bad. And everything works out. But in the midst of obstacles, it can be very overwhelming, and you think the worst. I thought the worst. I felt like I wasn't able to fully enjoy my pregnancy because of all the worries. And on top of that, I've said this before in my last video for my pregnancy update. I wasn't fully able to process this at all. I couldn't understand really what was happening. I still kind of don't feel like this is real, because it's so crazy that I'm carrying a human being. I'm about to have him any day now, whenever he's ready. Like, what? This is crazy to me. It's still something that's just so out of body, out of mind experience. And some people feel fully connected to it, fully joyous, fully happy during the whole thing. And for us, it was a lot at once. It was a lot of worries. It was a lot of unknown. It was a lot of concerns. It's been hard to process because of all of that. And time flies by so quick. And it affected me so much because I wanted so much to be in the moment of what was happening. And I think it bothered me that I didn't feel that connected to it. Not in a really negative, dark sense. It didn't feel real. And it still doesn't quite feel real, other than we're finally set up. I finally feel at home where we are. I'm finally able to set up for baby, like all the stuff. And I can't wait to show you guys the tour of our new apartment. All the stuff in our loft upstairs is set up. He has his whole section. We have clothes. We're getting things ready. That's what makes, for me, that's what has made this pregnancy feel special and me feel more connected to it, is those little things of connecting with baby, where you're buying clothes, you're putting together the baby's area, you're receiving gifts, you're getting support and excitement from your loved ones. That's what has really made this moment feel special for me. Backtrack, another thing that I remember that bothered me the most is when I found out I was pregnant, I had to think about things that I didn't necessarily want to think about, because we weren't wanting a baby at the time that I got pregnant. It's not something we were feeling like we wanted yet. And so it was just like, okay, we're gonna do this. But now all these things I had to think about with bringing a child into this world, the decisions that needed to be made, I had to think about now. And it's not something I mentally was prepared to think about before this happened. So I'm like, I got to think about all these things, the decisions of where you want to give birth, how you want your birth to look, your birth plan. On top of that, following like the decisions you need to make for this child to come in the world, all the things you need to decide for this child, thinking of a name, finding a place to live. Like there's so many things that I feel like was stressing me out. With all of this being said, I am in a place now where I feel so much better than I was previous to us moving in here. I think when you're going through so much all at once, it can feel really heavy, and it feels like, you know, are things ever gonna let up? Are things ever gonna get better? It's just one thing after another. But those little wins, me and my husband always say this, it's like, we just want a win. We want a dub. We want to feel like, damn, through all of this, something's coming our way. But you have to remain positive. You have to remain optimistic, because those little wins in the midst of a lot of downfall is what keeps us going, is what motivates us to look towards the future for better things and keep working. And, you know, I think it's important, what I've learned during this whole thing is communicating my needs. even if I don't want to, and I feel like the needs should be known already, and it should be something that is natural maybe for my husband to do, I have to learn that nobody can read my mind, nobody understands my needs until I express them. And being able to communicate with your partner and then working as a team together is the most important thing. Even if I feel like I was overly emotional, I was saying the same things, worried about the same things, your partner, your support system is literally there for you when you need it. And it's up to you to speak up. It's up to you to be vulnerable, which is a beautiful thing if you're comfortable in doing that, because it helps you release. And then you're not holding on to all of this alone, whatever it is you're going through. So it's taught me a lot in our relationship. I think we've grown a lot in a short amount of time as far as connecting and becoming stronger together as a unit. And we still don't know what's gonna happen after we have this baby. We don't know how it's gonna go. Nobody knows, but what has helped me is communicating, reaching out to support groups, other moms, and being open to all the unknown and knowing that everything will kind of fall into place as it should. Let's end off this video here, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you ever have any questions, leave them in the comments. Message me on Instagram. If you're not following me already, follow me on Instagram. I'm always showing off my belly and updating you guys with what's going on in my life, and we have a lot of fun on there. So make sure you follow me on there. And then my other Instagram for my shop, if you want to check out my shop and my items. Definitely check out all my videos in my description if you haven't seen those videos previous to this one. And turn your notifications on, because we will be doing a tour of our new apartment whenever we get things a little more in order, but I can't wait to show you. I'm so happy here, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you guys stay tuned for that tour. And I'll update you guys when the baby is here in this world. I really can't believe it. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I will speak to you soon.